pin this comment. You gotta be fast with it. Hey. So let me pin this so y'all can see it. Okay. There we go. There we go. Hey, come on in, y'all. Come on in. We're gonna get started in about 10 seconds. Okay, so if y'all don't know, my name is Keisha, and I'm the owner of Park Play Party. We've been in business since 2013. And we started because I have two children that have fall, winter birthdays. So at the time when their birthdays came up, one is October, one is December, I didn't want to go to Chuck E. Cheese. So I'm like, what can come to me that I can control who's around? Because like Chuck E. Cheese is like, it's not good for people that has germophobic. So I didn't want to go to Chuck E. Cheese. Everything else was like too much for a 1 or 2 year old. So I thought then, what is something that can come to you? It's private, it's clean, it's age appropriate. Like the kids will really enjoy it. And I came up with a game trailer. So my initial thought was this double-decker bus, and I have to find a picture. But in London, they have these whole big old parties on double-decker buses. So I was calling the state, I was calling the city. They was like, we don't have clearance for that to go through the city. So I kind of scratched that and settled for a gang bus. So on this gang bus that I built, it was a photo booth in the back. It was 2 game systems, an Xbox, PlayStation, and there were 4 TVs all inside. So what we did was, just like a game trailer now, we pulled up to the house, and usually people got 2 hours. And that was about, I want to say that was $275 starting out. It's probably way more now. But it was definitely $250 to $300 for the 2 hours. And then if you wanted additional time, it was like $125 an hour, something like that. That was like 5 years ago when I left the game truck alone. So I settled for the game truck, and that was our very, very first rental. And it was very successful. We did it on the weekends. We rarely did any weekdays. And the kids loved it. So I pulled up some pictures of the very beginning. And I'll break down more when I go through the checklist. But this was the very beginning. This was like a regular trailer that we gutted out. Like the kitchen was still there. Hey there. The kitchen was still there. Everything, like it was a complete mobile home that we got and gutted it out. So we started with this. Once we gutted it out, we tried these wood floors you see here. And that didn't work out. We ended up putting black square tiles. Because you got to think you're dealing with kids. So you want to have something that you can clean real easily. So that was the very beginning. Like I said, it was 6-7 years ago. I found some pictures. I would have to dig deep in the catalog to get some more. So if you see on the right, there is our stereo system. This was where the Xbox was at. This was the biggest TV on the end. And then on your left here was the other TVs. And then in the very back was the photo booth area where they actually got in. It was a curtain. You didn't really get in nothing. But you took the pictures and then printed off the pictures. So that was that. And then I found this picture, and that was just showing how big it was. The trailer was actually 37 feet long. And once you hooked it up to the SUV or a truck, like an F-150, altogether it was like 55 feet long. So I just wanted to compare in comparison to the RTA, how big it was. So we did that about 3 years. Rain, sleet, or snow. It was very fun. The kids played on the game bus. They played outside of it. I remember bringing this stuff because there were more toddlers. So they wanted it, but I just offered it as an add-on because they had smaller kids where they wasn't really gamers. But they wanted to appeal to everybody at the party. And then I think this was our first birthday party. So that's the very beginning. That's why I did it. So before we talk about some pros and cons of starting a game truck business, I just want to tell y'all what we have going on for the rest of the year, our deals. So we're doing deck the yards, which is the yard signs that you guys see where it says happy birthday so-and-so or happy anniversary so-and-so. Those themes are $95. It's a 24-hour rental, and you can order it. It's just a $75 deposit. You can order it by tapping the link in the bio. You could do ready to book, or you could text us to get started. We also have Grinch paint kits available, which is really cute. And then we're doing 2 characters for $150. That is a deal. I haven't did $150 for 2 characters since the very beginning. But I wanted to, definitely give y'all a deal for the end of the year. It's been a long year. It's been a rough year for some, and we just want to show love. So it's 2 characters, $150 for 45 minutes. And then our last Grinch package is a bubble machine, 1 concession, so that could be popcorn, cotton candy, or snow cone machine, the Jenga, the life-size game, and the Connect 4. So all of that is just $175, and it's a 4-hour rental. So that's another steal. So just keep that in mind. That's what we got going on to the end of the year. So let's get into some pros. And if you have any questions during this live or after the live, you could just DM me. I won't say, so-and-so asked me this question. I'll just answer it. I want to answer questions from today all the way to Thanksgiving. So let's talk about some pros of having a game truck. And my first one I thought of is always in demand. Like, what kid doesn't like playing video games? And then you have this big old trailer that comes, and it's a private party, and they can play each other at the same time. So to me, it's always in demand. So also another pro is you're in your own lane. Like, there's not too many game truck companies in Cleveland. So the market is not saturated like some other things. You can definitely get in, and you can have bookings just like everybody else. And if you're not in Cleveland, just look around your area. Just Google game trucks, and you'll see how many people it is. But I never get discouraged about how many other people are doing the same thing, because if you look at hairdressers and nail techs, they're never like in competition to me, or they're not worried about, you can only do so many heads. So if you got a game truck and somebody else has a game truck, like, you're going to get the bookings. Hey there, hey. So another pro is you could do as many parties as you want. You could do only the weekend. You can do things during the week. And it's very flexible. If you're working a full-time job like myself, you can make your own schedule. But you could do as many parties as you want, because you don't have to be open to the public. You go to the place. And if you want to block off your schedule, or you don't want to be open, you just block it off. So you pick your schedule. You go to the person's house or daycare center or whoever ordered it. You could do as many as you want. Another pro is it's not a brick and mortar. So you're not really locked into a lease. You're not locked into that much overhead, like your lights, your gas, building codes, fire department codes, things like that. I'm just now getting familiar with it because we secured a place, and like it's different if you have a location, and there's different rules. So with the game truck, you're gonna have it, and then you're gonna store it. So it's not the same as a venue. So I can barely see y'all comments, so I want to switch the picture. So let's talk about some cons. So one of the cons is it's a huge investment. Even if you do it yourself, you're looking at about 15,000 once you get everything done. And I made a checklist, and there's really nothing I'm missing on this checklist. But once you get everything fitted out and installed, and you get your wrap, it could be on the low end $15,000. So the more you do yourself, of course, it's going to be cheaper. You can also, when preparing for this, I saw people that sell game trucks that's already completed, and the lowest I saw was about 27,000, and it went up to 65,000. You can go the route of going into a franchise, which is, excuse me, when I looked, it was 60,000. So I thought, oh, I can just spend way less than that, and I could do it myself, which it wasn't a problem. The good thing with the franchises, you do have that support, you have that brand recognition. They usually have a game playbook of how they want things done, and they have, everything in place. You're just rolling into the business. You're just picking up right where the company says. So franchise is not bad. That's probably the most you'll spend, because they do fit the truck out for you. They have everything. They have the promotion, and you are going to fall in on them. And then you also have to pay royalties. That's what I wanted to get to. You got to pay royalties for that. So if you have any questions about the pros and the one con I gave so far, just let me know. Another con is it's kind of like part of the party. You get on there, you can't have a full party on there. You can't have like food, drink, cake, things like that. So to the customer, it may be like, okay, well, I still have to have a venue, or I still have to let people in my house to use the bathroom or something like that. But we never really had that as an issue. That's just something a parent may think of. Another con is mechanical errors. So flat tires, maybe your truck won't start, or I remember one time there was like a shortage in the generator, and on party day you really don't have any room for errors. So things like that would prevent you from having a nice day, getting from one party to the next party. If you're not an electrician or you're not a mechanic, you can't break things down and fix it yourself. You got to call someone. So if you're running one truck, that could be a con, because if something goes wrong, it could throw your whole day off. And you got parents or other customers, because all your customers won't be parents, that made this deposit, or they paid in full. It's $350, and they're waiting on you to show up. So that's just another con. One con could be like a distance to the parties. So where you may have one in Cleveland, you may have one in Willoughby, then your next one in Akron. Like that could be a con, because you're always traveling. But if you don't mind, you can kind of look at that as a pro as well. You're definitely mobile going to the other parties. So those are a couple pros and cons about that. So real quick, I want to tell y'all about an ebook that I wrote. and it's called Profits from Parties. And I'm going to go live every day and talk about some part of doing parties, making money from them, tips. Like I just broke down how I got started, just different things. So just stay with me. But the good thing about this, it's an ebook. I just printed this out to show y'all. The good thing is you have, if you don't know which niche you want to go into, there is a list of 18 different niches that you could choose from. You can explore and then evaluate like which one you would like to go into. There's about 18 vendors that I've personally used over the years. There is tools that I use for automation that helps because I do work a 9-to-5 job. So automation is very important. Excuse me. Then there's a section about ways to communicate with your customers, which is very important. And you definitely want to have that set up from day one. There's marketing tools, there's insurance, vendors for insurance, how to get your first staffing, more party tips, and then there's a checklist to getting started. So the great thing about this ebook, another great thing about the ebook is it comes with a 15-minute call with me. So if you don't know where to get started, you don't know what niche to go into, and you just want some guidance. Excuse me, I don't know why I got sneezing. I'm allergic to something. So if you don't know where to get started, you need some guidance, or you just want someone to talk to, this $35 ebook comes with a 15-minute free call. And then you can also always ask me questions after the call, and you could be on your way. So let's get into this checklist. I posted it. I could put it in the stories. But let's go through this checklist. So I would, if you're interested in getting a game truck, I would definitely price everything out. That's the first thing I would do. And you can use this checklist because, like I said, it's everything that's needed. So you want to start with the actual trailer. And believe it or not, I paid like $1,800, $1,900 for my trailer. It was older. It wasn't brand new. It was a 1992 trailer. And I got it from Moore's RV out in North Ridgeville. And I just saw it online. And I went out and looked at it and purchased it. So that was like a easy operation. Once I purchased it, I put it in the driveway and worked on it every day until it was complete. First, we gutted it out. Then we start adding the things. And so that trailer was 37 feet long. But I don't think you need that big. You could start with like 15 to 20 feet. It doesn't have to be that big. But just keep in mind how many TVs you want in there. So that will help you determine the size. So the next item on the checklist is 3 to 5 TVs. You could price that out. Black Friday is coming up, so TVs are not that much these days. I do like, let me show you a picture. I do like when they have the TVs on the outside. I thought I had a picture. But okay, so I like the trailers where they have the TVs on the outside where you can play like Just Dance, but you also have the ones on the inside where you're just sitting down playing regular. I love those kind. So you just want to think about where you want your TVs at. If you want them all inside or you want one or two outside with that umbrella thing over it. So in case it do rain, your guests won't be out in the rain just getting wet. So this is a picture of the inside. They just got, these look like maybe 42s or something. You put all those on one wall. Okay, next on the checklist is gaming systems. So you don't want to build a game trailer and you only have PlayStations. Like you have different gamers. So you definitely want to have an Xbox and a PlayStation. I don't think Wii gets that much play. I don't think Nintendo Switch gets that much play. I only see the main two is Xbox and PlayStation 4 or 5 now. I did see a virtual reality one where they were standing up and they had the glasses on and there were no other game systems. So I thought that was dope because that's what the new thing is now. Okay, so next on the list, you want to have two heating and cooling units. Excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. Okay, so you want to have two units at the top. So you want to be able to cool it off in the summer and warm it up in the winter, of course. So those two units, if you have like a 15-foot trailer, that would keep your temperature controlled. So you put those on the top. You can go out to, it's almost Streetsboro. It's like where 480 runs out. It's a trailer store there, RV store, and they installed my AC units. Okay, so the wrap. Let's move on to the wrap on the checklist. This is this wrap was $5,000. So it's basically like a big sticker if you're not familiar, and they basically paste this onto the vehicle. So because it was so long and so wide, that's why it cost so much. But it was definitely $5,000 just for the wrap. But you can't show up with a plain trailer because it's like you need the attention. You need to see what it is. Otherwise, it's just gonna look like a work trailer. Nobody's gonna notice it. Your wrap is your promotion, your advertisement. People can see your number and name while you're driving by. So it's definitely worth it. Maybe their prices went down now, but I doubt it. Okay, so next on the list is you need to have a truck or SUV to haul it with. And if you already have one or the other, then you're good to go. If not, you definitely have to purchase one. And that price could be any range. So the next one is a generator. You can get a good generator for like $200 or $300, maybe four or five. And the generator is in the front, so it powers all of your game systems. So let me try to find right. Let me see if I can move my picture. Nope, I can't. I thought I could move my box, but right behind my picture, that's the generator, and that's where all your power source is coming from. You see they have their gas can there. I don't know why they have it there, but that's where all your power comes from, that generator. Next, you want to find a good fabricator, someone that knows how to build food trucks, someone that knows how to build regular party buses. If you're not going to do the work yourself, you have to find someone that can do this work. And I end up using two different people. One had successfully built a game trailer, and then I used another person when I got started, and both were good experiences. I just was looking for two different things. That's why I ended up going to two different people. So storage, you definitely have to have it in some type of commercial storage if you're starting out at home, because most of the cities, you can't store this huge commercial vehicle in the driveway. So outdoor storage starts at like $40, $50 at some places, and indoor storage, of course, is more, but that's not hard to find. When you are ready, you could definitely add things on. So the photo booth was our add-on from the beginning. Like, that's a nice selling point in itself. You can also add on concessions, popcorn, cotton candy machine, snow cone machines. You can add on bounce houses. That goes hand in hand. So you want to, once you get your trailer up and running, you want to increase your profit, increase how much you can get from doing a party by, hey, I also offer this or I offer that. So like, those add-ons are good ideas. So the last three on the checklist that I posted is just regular business things like registering with the state, which was about $150 when I did it. I don't know if it's more or less right now, but that just gives you an idea. Insurance. Insurance wasn't bad. It was about $1,500 for 6 months or something like that, back when I had my game truck. And the last thing on the checklist is, I just summarized the initial investment. So again, you could do it yourself, and on the low ball end, it might be about 15,000. Or you can go the franchise way, that could be 50,000 and up. Or you can buy one that's already completed, and they have websites where people are selling brand new trailers. Either they're getting out the business, or just moved on from that operation, and you can buy it from them. So that is day one, and that's all about the game truck. So if there are no questions, I'm going to wrap this up. Again, we have our Grinch packages. Don't forget that. The yard cards. Hey there. Yard cards, the paint kits, 2 characters for $150, and a mega bundle. It's 1 concession, Jenga, Connect 4, and a bubble machine for only $175. So that's definitely a steal. So the ebook is on sale until Black Friday. It's only $35. It comes with a 15-minute call with me, a 15-minute discovery call. And after Black Friday is going up. So if you're interested in getting into business or making additional money on the side, definitely buy the ebook. It's not tea. It's not some of the other things that you see a lot of people jump into, but it's very rewarding. It's very flexible as a mom, and that's it. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send me a DM, and I'll be back tomorrow with another topic. All right, see you guys.